I am here with a new concept, gravitational force. In that gravitational force, before going to see that, let's see what is meant by a force. In previous class, we have discussed about the force also, and what is the cause of the change of motion. Yes, force is the cause of the change of motion, and a force can push or pull an object. Not only that, a force is a physical quantity which changes or tries to change. It will change or it will tries to change the state of rest. For example, if a body is at rest, it will change its position to motion. If a body is in motion, by the application of force, we can make the body to come to rest. So force can change the state of rest to motion or motion to rest. So that is a force, and force is a physical quantity, and it is a vector physical quantity. It can stop an object or it can make a body to move from the rest state. And here the unit of force is Newton, or we can simply we know the from second law, F equal to ma. Force F equal to mass into acceleration. So if a body of mass m is having an acceleration a, then the cause of the acceleration is force. So F equal to ma. And here we know that mass is measured in terms of kilogram and acceleration is measured in terms of meter per second square. So this is the unit of force, or simply we can write as Newton or N. And here force is a vector physical quantity. It is a vector physical quantity. And coming to the fundamental forces in nature, there are four fundamental forces in nature. They are, the first one is gravitational force, second one is electromagnetic force, and third one is strong interaction, and fourth one is weak interaction. And today we are going to discuss about this gravitational force. See, gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong interaction, weak interaction. This strong interaction and weak interaction, we can observe the strong and weak interaction between, these are nuclear forces. The force between the, see, in nucleus we are having protons and neutrons. So the force between a proton or a neutron. So that is a these strong interaction and weak interaction are strong forces. See, if you consider these three and these four forces, the gravitational force is the weakest force. Gravitational force is the weakest force upon these four forces, and remaining forces are strong forces. Upon all these forces, strong interaction is the very strongest force. Comparing to the strong interaction, gravitational force is 1038 times weak force. And here, this force is having very long range. While comparing to remaining forces, gravitational force is having the long range. So due to that long range, it is the weak force. Gravitational force is weak force with long range. But if you consider this strong interaction and weak interaction between the atoms or molecules, these are strong forces. And electromagnetism is also, electromagnetic force is also a strong force because it is having very short range. Due to its short range, it is the strong force, but gravitational force is a weak force due to its long range. See, now let us have a look on this gravitational force. Gravitational force. So if you consider any masses, any two masses, they attract each other. Any two masses attract each other. So the force of attraction between these two masses is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the distance between the two masses. That means if the masses increases, the force between the masses also will increase. If the mass increase, the interaction force between the two masses will increase. If the distance, a separation of two masses increases, then the force decreases. That means distance is inversely proportional to the force of attraction and mass is directly proportional to the force of attraction between the masses. See, if I consider two masses, here there is a mass m1 and here there is a mass m2. So these two masses are separated with some distance and the force of attraction is calculated from their center. So this mass applies some force on m2. m1 will apply some force on m2. In the same way, this m2 also will apply some force on this m1. So, and these two masses are separated by distance r. So the force of attraction between these two masses is due to the product of their masses. That means if the masses increases, the force also increases. And the force of attraction is inversely proportional to a square of the distance between them. For example, if you consider these as r and this will be also r into r square. So the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So by these two we can write it as F is proportional to m1 m2 by r square. And to make it equal, this is the proportionality constant symbol. So to make it equal, we can write it as F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. Here capital G is called universal gravitational constant. Capital G is called universal gravitational constant, and I want to name for a gravitational constant also. Gravitational constant capital G equal to F r square upon m1 m2. Okay, this is the gravitational force acting between these two masses, and gravitational force G equal to F r square by m1 m2. And here capital G, this capital G is called universal gravitational constant, and this capital G is having a value of 6.675 into 10 to the power of minus 11. Coming to the unit of capital G is here force, Newton. R is the distance between the two masses. So distance in the sense meter, r square, so meter square upon m1 and m2 are masses. Mass is measured in terms of kilograms, so kg square. So this is the unit for capital G. Capital G is called universal gravitational constant and its value is 6.675 into 10 to the power of minus 11, and the unit is Newton meter square per kg square. And this gravitational force is weak force with long range. Weak force with long range. See, if you compare with remaining forces, these forces are having very short range, with strong force. These three are strong forces, but coming to this gravitational force, due to its long range, it is very weak force. So this is about a gravity.